You are.
He the plug, and I'm the socket drip. Kawasaki, ice rank, so chill.
It should not be any
I run it
A12.
up, I got this soy sauce. I'm in the pocket, I'm in my bag, though. I got the paper, baby. I ain't gotta brag. I took the roof off. Gucci seats.
Gucci seats.
And we put it to the lot, no receipts.
No receipt.
We gotta eat.
And you know we keep them business on repeat. Run it back. Got me feeling real good every week.
I wanna be on fleek.
On fleek.
Cause
Come on, in, boy.
I'm about to blast off like a ring.
Like a
Why me
I
drop?
was proud. Like, what?
Uh,
What's that? Tuesday. Kawasaki. Ice rocky up.
so chill.
Up. Come on in. Scream for me. Come on in. Come on in, Donna. We're live on all social media platforms today. What's up, Bobby? Hey, Chris. There you are.
Yeah, I'm my boss.
Girl, you be everywhere, girl. You be everywhere, girl. Y'all do me a favor. Please share, post a live for me, guys. We're talking about all things DOT. I am Coach Portia. For those of you that are new to me out here on these social media streets, I show you how to get a bag and keep a bag. All things DOT. Come on in, Miss Fox. Come on in. Okay, guys. So today we're talking about all things DOT. Guys, listen to me. I'm trying to tell y'all what the people ain't telling y'all. Hey, girl. Hey, loving life. Ashley, how you doing? How is it going, girl? New instructor. Okay, so I'm trying to tell y'all about what ain't nobody else telling y'all out here on these streets, okay? If you guys are ready to learn a skill that pays the bills, that's what we're talking about today. How to get qualified as a specimen collector, start your own mobile testing business. What's up, YouTube? Tap the screen. Can y'all share on YouTube? Ooh, let me be careful because TikTok be triggering. Can y'all share on YouTube? How does that work? On YouTube, I don't even know. I'm not sure. But if you can share for me on YouTube, share. Tap the screen for me over here on TikTok. Tap the screen for me. Tap the screen for your girl. Okay, so guys, first of all, if you guys are new and if you're in the back and you ain't tapped the screen yet, I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of DOT testing, why you're needed in this space as a collector, as a specimen collector, no matter if you're doing DOT collections or non-DOT collections. We're going to talk about the difference between DOT and non-DOT pricing and why you should be charging, okay? And the reason why my students are making $300 to $500 an hour as a collector. You got to know how to charge out here, guys. This is something that you can do. Listen, my course, Getting Qualified, this is something that you can do while you're working your job, guys. This is the best time to learn a new skill while you are at your peak. It is a self-paced course. Everything is done online. So this is the perfect time for you to learn how to do this, okay? There's no such thing as job security. And in this, you need multiple streams of income, I'm not telling you to leave your job, but what I'm telling you is to have you a backup plan, a plan B, just in case your plan A falls through, because there's no such thing as job security, okay? All right, guys, DOT stands for the Department of Transportation. These are safety sensitive roles like aviation. So I don't know where you at right now, where you done been today. You just probably heard a plane in the sky, right? So anybody that flies a plane, that's aviation. Anyone that drives a big truck, okay? Public transportation, school bus, and the railroad, they fall under DOT. Those are safety sensitive roles, maritime, Coast Guard. Those are safety sensitive roles, okay? They have a CDL license, so they're operating under their authority, okay? So anybody that's in that field, this is why when you tap into this industry, you're going to see how much currency you can make in this space. It is untapped, okay? Anyone that's in that industry, they have to get tested every quarter, okay? So that's every 3 months, pre-employment testing, return to duty, follow-up, reasonable suspicion, and post-accident testing, okay? You are needed. So anytime there's an accident, you qualify, you're needed, right? Anytime companies are hiring new employees, you're needed. So your skill is needed in this space in all 50 states. So once you get qualified, you are qualified to collect in all 50 states, okay? In the United States, in all 50 states, okay? Non-DOT is going to be your private companies, right? So that's going to be like your schools, your universities, firefighters, anyone that operates heavy machinery, lawyers, your treatment centers. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. Okay, I have students that have partnerships with treatment centers. I have students that have partnerships with lawyers and daycares and what's the other one? Cares. What is it? I always forget the name of it. Healthcare. Healthcare, right? I have students that have done first responder for helicopter crashes, right? I have a student that is doing a subcontract for the railroad, right? So guys, the list of the industries that you can touch within this industry is I can't even count them all, but it's unlimited. Like it's so many, right? I don't know where you at, baby. When you looking out the window, you should be seeing money. I see money everywhere because these locations, they need testing, right? And this is not something that companies are ordering and doing because it's fun. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited today. I just want to have some fun and order a test. Let's do that. No, this is something that they're required to do. This is required spending, right? So, hey, James, so it's a no-brainer to tap into something where you are needed, okay? And you can make the currency, right? If you listen to me. If you listen to me, okay? So let's talk about charges, right? Okay, let's talk about charges. Okay, so guys, for DOT testing, we're charging anywhere between $125 and up for DOT testing. Okay, it's up to you on what you want to charge, but don't you want your bread? Listen, you have to understand that you are dealing with industries, companies, multi-million-dollar companies. They don't care about that little money. You see what I'm saying? They don't care about that little money. So if you're going to a location, you're mobile, guys. You don't need a brick and mortar to do this. Matter of fact, listen, mobile collectors are winning. These companies need you to come to their location to do the collections. They need you, okay? So you go to their location, your base rate is $125 for DOT or non-DOT, I don't care. Okay, now sometimes I say non-DOT 55, 85 plus, but really 125. That's what you should be charging. Your base, it doesn't matter. 125, okay? That's what you're charging. Got it? Okay. Listen, if you go to a location and you're doing an uneventful collection, your invoice, you should be charging $125 for the DOT testing plus an admin fee. Thank you, guys. Tap the screen for me. Thank you. Plus your admin fee. That can be anywhere between $25 to $50. Some of my students charge $25, some of them charge $50. It just depends on you, okay? Also, guys, if you're traveling, you're going to charge for mileage. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me just show y'all what that would look like. Let me show y'all an invoice right quick, a paid invoice from one of my students. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. And see how much was charged. Okay, can y'all see that? Okay. Can y'all see the screen? Okay, so for this particular student, she did a BAT, okay, and she charged them $200 for that, okay? She did a lab-based 5-panel DOT screening. She charged $125 for that, okay? She charged them $50 for on-site coordination and documentation. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's when you do the admin fee, on-site coordination or documentation, however you label it, there it is. Title it. I mean, that's what it is, okay? And then she charged them an extra $25 because she did something on the weekend. Then the donor had a shy bladder, okay? So she charged them an extra $50 for that. Guys, when it becomes a eventful collection, charges will be charged. Okay, you get it? So they could be anywhere between 50 to 125. It really just depends on how you feel. You know, you can play around with the numbers. Just depends on how you feel. Okay, and then she charged them an extra $50 because they were late. Okay, so that is 30 minutes late. So she was rendered $500 for this particular collection. It took her less than an hour to do this. It doesn't take long to do these. It probably took about 30. No, it was a shot bladder. So yeah, she was there a little bit longer. But guys, $500. How many hours do you have to work to clear $500? Right now, let me take this off. Y'all see that? I want to make sure y'all see it. Let me know if y'all see it. I know you see it. I know you see it. Let me know if you see it. Okay, so now let's get into this right quick. How can I put that above me? Don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let's touch on this right quick. I'm gonna show y'all another one in a minute so y'all can understand how the charges out here. Okay, now guys, in this industry, there's a lot of people that work with TPAs, which is a third-party administrator. I don't do TPAs. I don't teach my students to go through TPAs. Why? Because a TPA is a middleman pimp. I'm just gonna keep it real. They are middleman pimps, right? Just say, for instance, for the invoice you just seen, she made $500. If she would have went through a TPA, the TPA may would have gotten the $500 and she would have gotten $11 to $18, right? So I've talked to one young lady, she was going through a TPA and they were only paying her $11 for the collection. And she said, well, I'm kind of afraid to ask them for more because they're the only one that's sending me customers, right? So I said, but listen, you have a building, you have to keep your lights on over there, or you're going to have to market your own business, right? So if you want your invoices to be more, if you want to get more, if you want to make sure that you're getting what you're supposed to be getting, then you have to market your own business, guys. If you are quiet in this industry, you are broke, period. There's nothing that you can do to get money out here if you're not working your business. It's like, if you're sitting on your hands, don't worry about it. You ain't gonna get no money. You're not. I do not care, right? So it's just not gonna happen. You have to be willing to market. My students that are seeing this success, they're marketing their business. They're boots on the ground. Do you hear me? Boots on the ground. They're not stopping. They don't matter. It doesn't matter if it's quiet one week when they was working and they didn't get a customer. They kept showing up. Even when motivation runs out, guys, you have to be consistent. And that's what it takes in this business, right? This is something that you can grow to be big, but you have to be willing to do the work, right? And outside of the money, right, guys, you have to be compliant. This is a compliance-based service, compliance-based industry. And you can't just be out here willy-nilly. You got to know what you're doing out here. And guess what? Companies are rewarded for doing things correctly, right? These companies are reaching out to you because you're going to make sure that they're compliant. Everybody got a job to do. You see what I'm saying? These companies they don't know about compliance. When they started their trucking company, they just wanted to drive. They just wanted to make some money. They just wanted to move some freight. When they started their construction company, they just wanted to build some roads out, right? Everybody has a job. So when they're reaching out to you, they're reaching out to you because of your professionalism, your expertise, because you know how to document things correctly, because you're going to make sure that you have everything they need for them when they make sure that they are audit ready, right? So guys, this is another thing. When you guys are out in the field or when you're marketing, right? When you're marketing on your marketing material, these are the type of things that you will put on your marketing material, right? Especially if you're doing like a lead magnet or something like that. Are you audit ready, right? Are you in compliance? Listen, you are speaking their language you are speaking their language. Compliance, are you audit ready? Are you going to get hit with a hefty fine? Because these industries, when they get hit with fines, guys, they're not getting like no $100 speeding ticket. It's not like a speeding ticket. The violations are high. 10,000 plus per violation, baby. DOT do not play. It's just a money grab, really, but they do not play. One of my students went out to do a post-accident, and the lady told her, I'm glad, let her know I'm so glad that you came out. If we wouldn't have gotten this done, they was gonna have to pay $10,000 for a violation. It's real out here. So that's why it's important that you understand how to charge, not based off of emotions, but compliance. You see what I'm saying? And also, I only listen in the middle of the night. If someone calls you in the middle of the night, don't leave your house for under $1,000. They have it. You're not dealing with consumers. Listen, these companies ain't calling you. You take payment plan? And they're not. Hello, how you doing? Do you got a payment plan? You got to buy now, pay later. They're not doing that. They don't even ask you how much you charge. That's not something that they're asking. They want to know, are you available? Can you come out? Whoever answers the phone in this industry wins. And we don't have enough people answering the phone because we don't have enough people in this space that are doing the collection, right? You may have a lot of people qualified, but they're not working. You see what I'm saying? And that's a difference. That's a difference between being qualified and working your business. We don't have enough people out here in this space. And the last thing these companies are asking you when they call you, when it's a post-accident for a trucking company, because that's usually when post-accidents, it's usually going to be a truck in the middle of the night. Sometimes it may be construction, but them trucks, it's always something going on with them trucks, okay? They got $100,000 worth of freight on the back of the truck. Do you think they care about what you finna charge them? Comment below. I'm in truck. Do you think they listen? They don't have to wait. Businesses, they don't have to wait until they get paid next week and next month. Hey, over there on YouTube, they don't have to wait till they get paid next week and next month, baby, to swipe a card, send a wire transfer. They don't have to wait. Consumers have to wait. This is why I always tell you guys that if you want to get out of the struggle, you have to have something to sell, for sale, of service, and something to offer to a business. Okay? Something to offer to a business. That's how I got out of the struggle. I will always have something to offer to a business. Okay. This is an untapped market. It's recession proof. It's not going anywhere. No matter what's going on with the economy, no matter if there's a government shutdown, doesn't matter if 1 million people lost which 400,000 people, Black people, lost their jobs since July. Right. When it comes to compliance does not stop for anyone. Compliance does not stop, right? It doesn't matter. It actually, during COVID, baby, it actually increased. Because guess what? Truckers, they still have to get tested. Insurance companies, they still need documentation. Construction companies, they still have to get tested. Treatment centers, they still need tests. Courts, they still require tests. Probation, they still require tests. Anybody that's in a color-coded system, they still require to be tested. Right? So that doesn't matter. The harvest is plenty out here. It's just the workers are few. This is not something that's going to fall in your lap. Anybody can order some cups online. Anybody can watch some videos, right? Anybody can get trained, but you have to be trained correctly out here. These are people livelihoods that you are messing with here. Documentation rules the nation in this space. So if you're serious about your business, then this is for you. But this is not for anyone that are looking for shortcuts. This is not a shortcut type of business, right? And I understand, yeah, you can make some money in the space, but you still got to know what you're doing. Through knowledge and understanding, a man creates wealth. You don't want to get started in your business. You got to get shut down because you ain't doing things correctly, or you tried to find a shortcut. Or you found a trainer that don't give a dang and let you out here willy-nilly, baby. The amount of people that I talk to that are trained, certified, and confused is crazy. It's wild. They don't even have the DOT guidelines printed out. It's like, what is that? Right? What is that? I talked to one lady, baby. She was like, I don't even know if what I have is real. I don't even know what I'm doing. I did a mock exam with about 60 other people on the Zoom. I don't know how to do these steps. She was frantic. She was like, I don't even know this. I'm like, well, what you have is real. You just wasn't trained correctly, right? So she was like, girl, it's a lot of people, a lot of us that ain't trained correctly, because that's how a lot of people train. It's a money grab for a lot of people. Baby, 60 people on a Zoom. That's not how I do it. When you have your mock exam, it's gonna be you and I. Because I can only focus on one person at a time to make sure that everybody's doing the steps correctly. Don't you want to make sure you're doing the steps correctly? Because if you're not doing the steps correctly, you go out here in the field and you constantly do things, public interest exclusion, and that's something to call a pie out here. If you're training wrong, constantly doing things wrong, not doing the collections wrong, not staying in compliance, not doing observed when they're supposed to be observed, or doing observed when it's not supposed to be, like, there, guys, this is serious business, right? Quest has been in business over 37 years. Over 37 years. So if you really wanted to get in this space and grow your business and learn, follow the guideline, it's only 47 pages. Set your restrooms up correctly. Stay in touch with your coach, right? Or the community, right? Ask questions. You're going to have your guidelines with you everywhere you go. So if you make them, if you're not sure, you look in your book. Okay, let me make sure. I've done 100 collections and I never had a shy bladder. Like, I learned that in training, but let me just go back and look at my guidelines right quick just to make sure I'm doing these steps correctly. Hey, Julissa. You see what I'm saying? It happens, right? It's not about, oh my gosh, I'm not perfect because I didn't forget. I don't know every word in the book. Wisdom is knowing where to go get it from. Understand? That's wisdom. I know exactly where to go get it from. You go to the hospital, you see them people with them books, them doctors, they be looking in that medical book. They trying to find a solution to the problem, right? This is your business. You take your time. You make sure things are done correctly, right? When you're in the field, especially for your first collection, I always urge my students to reach out to me, one, so I can make sure that their CCF form is done correctly. Hello, make sure your stuff is done right. And also to make sure that you're charging correctly. Okay. It's a guy just was on my live yesterday. He had to do an error correctors training because he forgot to fax the MRO copy to them. You see what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that can happen in the field when you're rushing, or if you're new, right? Or whatever, right? But it just depends on the MRO. They don't play. They'll say, hey, you got to get retrained. You see what I'm saying? So you want to avoid those things. And if you just slow down, reach out to your coach, I'm going to make sure that you got, listen, let me tell y'all something. Don't play. This is one of my students, right? I'm going to let y'all hear this. This is one of my students. We was actually on Wake Up and Win. We did Wake Up and Win a while ago, but we was on our Zoom at 5 a.m. in the morning. Okay, 5 a.m. in the morning. So this is how I was able to catch this. But when I tell you, we're gonna make sure the steps are right. Listen.
Accident. I just did it. I just completed it. There's 3 people in the hospital that I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. And the first time on the test, right?
You were so scared.
I need to see your paperwork. Oh, no. DOT.
Can y'all do it?
So you did a split? I did a split. Okay. Your bathroom. Is it? Okay. I'm over here nervous. I'm like, and you heard the click. Look, you heard the click. Press that thing twice. Matter of fact, 20 times. Okay. And you put the specimen bottles in the front, and in the front, and in the back. And the form in the back with the little barcode. Yeah, barcode. Be good.
Listen, I'm gonna make sure off top that you're doing what you're supposed to do. Listen, we don't play no games out here. And this is the thing. She had got paid, right? So we like, oh my gosh, because that was my other instructor on the Zoom with us, right? So she was the one, did you lock the tab? You know, we just going back and forth, making sure, listen, did you do this? Because we got to make sure that it is right, right? But when she sent me her CCF form, I saying, okay, this is what we need to correct. You see what I'm saying? Before we send it off, no problems. Maybe it's no error correction training. Hello, hello. Period. Okay. So guys, outside of that, guys, it's just in this industry, guys. It's just compliance. It's compliance. Can you document things correctly? Can you follow the rules? Can you follow the guidelines? Then you're good. Can you be successful in this space if you're willing to do the work? My students that are seeing success, they're working. One of my students, Linda, I talked to her the other day. A matter of fact, let me listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell you, I'm so excited, man. First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all about her. Then I'm gonna show y'all something. When I talked to her the other day, she said, Coach Portia, I get business every day now. I get business every day. She has partnerships with the law offices, partnerships with the fire department. She's getting business every day, and she hasn't even been doing this a year yet. It'll be a year in April. But she's been consistent every day, right? She's cried tears. She's been frustrated, right? Because you don't jump right in knowing everything. It ain't easy just building no business. Baby, you got to work to build a business. But it's worth it. It gets easier. So now that the seeds that she has sown and putting into her business every day, boom, now those seeds are hard. She getting a harvest every day from the work that she's putting in. People be ready to quit off the jump, off the bat. I'm ready to quit. People be ready to quit. I ain't make no money today. I'm gonna quit. I ain't make no money. I'm gonna quit. Y'all see that? This is my student Linda. This is my student Linda, guys. Linda, she did a collection for one of the #1 streamers in the world, Ty Sinet. She streamed, they were streaming, right? She streamed, it was over 1 million people on that live. She was able to shout her business out and everything, guys, because she was in position, right? In position. She didn't know this was going to happen for her when she registered for this course. She didn't know, right? She made someone's monthly salary in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Why? Because she put herself in position. If you ain't qualified, you ain't put yourself in position if you ain't qualified, right? You got to get qualified. Hello, qualified, right? Another one of my students. I have 2 students that have partnerships with the law office, with law offices. One of my, you remember this? Yeah, one of my students, she's subcontracting with the railroad, right? Listen, guys, go to my testimonials. You go to my playlist and go to my testimonials, they'll tell you they're there. I have over 60 some testimonials on here, guys. I am a tree that produces fruit. I am. But you got to be willing to do the work. I have a proven track record of success. It is what it is. It's impossible to be connected to me and not get a bag. The only way you don't get a bag is if you don't want to. That's the only way. But I have a proven success rate of that. It's a track record. Hello. I've been listening, and I'm very intentional. I understand there's power in my tongue. I've been saying this for 9 years. It's impossible to be connected to me and not get a bag. And everybody that connects with me, that do the work, they see success. Period. But you got to be willing to do the work. Okay, guys, let's talk about the labs right quick, guys. So whenever you get qualified, listen, I have students that have done this in 7 days. You can literally get in. Let me answer this mess right quick. Get qualified in 7 days. If you want Kristen, what Kristen? Kristen's on YouTube. She did it in 9 days. 9 days. Why? Because she was ready. Because she was ready. Kristen did it in 9 days. Okay. Anyway, guys, so when you get qualified, right, you are going to have labs that you just one lab. You don't need a lot of labs that you can set up with. Okay. When you partner with a lab, you are going to send your specimens to the lab. Okay. The lab is going to send you the supply. They're going to send you bukus of supplies. They're going to send you your cups. They're going to send you CCF forms. They're going to send you, they're going to send you your CCF form. They're going to send you everything that you need to do the collection, right? Now, name badges and stuff like that, that's on you. Sanitizer, that's on you. Gloves, that's on you. But I'm just saying to do the collection. So they're going to send you out there. They're also going to send you your FedEx mailers, right? Your FedEx mailers with prepaid postage. So guess what? You don't even have to pay to ship the specimen back to the lab, right? You don't have to pay for that. It's already paid. Now, this is how we partner with the labs, and this is why they partner with us, guys. We help the labs make money and save money at the same time. Companies are in business to make money. Am I right or am I wrong? Hello? Every company wants to expand. Every company does. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go further, you bring people with you. Okay. So they're like, how can we make more money without the risk? Employees are a liability. Y'all know this. This is why AI is taking over. Employees are a liability. They are. That's why AI, they get out of here. They don't want to have to fool with people, right? So at the lab, they're like, okay, we hired people. We're paying them by the hour. Right? They're not using their unique gifts, skills, creativity to help us make no money. They just sitting here on the clock. They on the clock right now. Watch it go push. I had people like, I'm working at the lab right now. I ain't know I can start my own business. They're like, wait a minute. They got to pay them insurance, health, dental, vision, right? 401k, short-term disability. Is it a such thing as a long-term anyway? Short-term disability. They got to pay them, right? If they get fired, now that's unemployment. If they get hurt on the job, workers' comp, they can even get sued, right? So they like, how can we expand without the risk and without spending so much money? Every company. So if they decided that they wanted to open up 30,000 locations, one company, if they wanted to expand and open 30,000 locations, we did the math the other day. It would be anywhere between $7 and $9 billion that they will spend if they opened up 30,000 locations. Okay, that's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread. However, if they build 30,000 partnerships with people like us, myself, and the other PhD holders out here, poor, hungry, and determined, right? If we're just gonna keep it minimum. If they had 30,000 partners, okay, and they was only getting $12 because the lab is going to charge you for that screening. Come on now, they ain't like, oh, we love y'all so much, we want y'all to make some money, and we ain't gonna make nothing. No, they get somebody the deal too. Hello. If they only charge you $12, which some labs charge 6, 8, 10, 12, 25, 26, 28. Okay. But you don't pay that. You put that back on the customer. Hello. That's what I teach y'all in training. And on these lives. We won't get back to that in a second. Okay. So if they just charge, if they got only $12 per location, per partnership, per month, that's $360,000 per month. Success leaves clues. $360,000 per month that they're getting, guys. That's over $4 million a year that they were getting. Hello, they want to expand. They know that they can't be in New York and Chicago at the same time. Hello, and it's better than nan, right? They go to sleep, wake up to $12. They go to sleep, wake up to $28. Times that times 1,800 or 2,000 or whatever, right? And it's better than nan. The labs, they close at 5 o'clock, maybe 6 at the most. They're not open on weekends, no major holiday. They're not getting into that after hour post-accident money. They're not getting that. We're getting that. And they get some of it. Tap the screen. They get some of it. Kristen, come over here and light my screen up on TikTok, baby. On TikTok, ain't light me up. Thank you for the ones that's light the screen. That ain't showing your girl no love over here on TikTok, Kristen. Anyway, hello. So do you understand? Success leaves clues. Okay, so now when you get set up with the lab, of course, like I said, they're going to charge you to do the screenings. Okay, to do the screening. So whatever it is, you put it back on the customer. So if you're charging, let's look at another invoice. Let's look at another paid invoice from one of my students. This is training, guys. From one of my students. Can y'all see that? Okay, cool. All right, good. Okay. So this student, she charged them $250 for emergency after hour service fee. Okay, $250. Then she charged them $125 for a DOT test. Okay, so say for instance, if the lab is charging her $25, okay, $25, and she charged $125 for a DOT testing, then she would charge them $150. But trust me, she got the fee out of her calculation somewhere. She made sure she got her fee. She's charging the customer. So she charged $250 for emergency after hour service fee, which is $250. For DOT test, and she charged $125. For a test, she charged, I got to be careful out here with TikTok. She charged $40. For mileage, she charged them $80, and then an administrative fee was $25. Her total was $520. Okay, so I actually know how much she is paying her lab. So what was it? It's $520 minus, I think she pays $26. So $494 was her profit after, she would have to pay the lab. Y'all see that? You see that? Now, guys, let me show y'all another one. Let me show you another one. Guys, these numbers come from marketing your own business. You have to market. The bread is truly out here, but you got to market. You got to market. Okay. Here's another one. $125 for non-DOT rapid test, right? A lot of people, when it comes to the industry, they charge more for DOT and less for non-DOT. Some people may charge $35 for non-DOT or $45. A young lady that was on my live yesterday, she said she was charging $60 for DOT. I told her, no, ma'am, go up. She was like, well, everybody's saying $60. Listen to me. Charges will be charged, okay? $125 for non-DOT or DOT. I don't care. It's the same thing. It don't matter. $125. Then she did an A test, $65. She charged $100 for miles. She charged them $100 emergency fee and $25 administrative fee. Total $410. Get it? But you gotta market your business. When I tell y'all that the harvest is plenty out here, but the workers are few. Let me put my thing back on here. One of my students got a call. She talked to a guy. She's in Missouri now. And the guy asked her, do you come to Chicago? There's labs in Chicago. You know it, right? There are plenty of labs in Chicago, but the labs are not coming to them. They're not coming to them. You're in Missouri. Are you qualified? Are you qualified, girl? The labs are not coming to them. That's the thing. This is why I be trying to tell y'all. 9 times out of 10, the companies that you talk to, they are out of compliance. Period. I got 96 on here. Let me charge my laptop. They're out of compliance. Why? Because they're not trying to send their workers off site to go get tested because listen, that puts a disruption in their workflow, their money flow. They have projects they trying to complete, right? So they need all boots on deck. And I can tell y'all, I understand how that works, right? When me and my husband first started our trucking company, right? He was the only person driving. I get a notification that he need to go get a test, Baby, he trying to move 10 containers out of the port. That wasn't gonna happen that day. I'm just keeping it real. This happens on a larger scale all the time. This is how I know a lot of companies be out of compliance. Now, the very next day, of course, he's going to get it. We ain't gonna go no longer than that. However, if we would have got an audit, baby, we would have got hit with a hefty fine. Because first thing that auditor want to do, they want a screenshot of your portal. They want a screenshot of their portal of your consortium. We want to see a screenshot of your consortium. We want to know last time y'all got a random, the last time there was a quarterly done. That's what they want to know. Hey girl, you been trying to reach me? Contact, let me put it in the let me put it on here. Contact at bizvaults.com. There you go. Can you see it? Contact at bizvaults.com. Are you in the group, in the community? You know, you can contact me in the community. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, but that's my email right there. Now, they want to see a screenshot of that portal. Baby, they want to see when the last time they got a random. When's the last time they got their quarterly? This they want to know, baby. They looking. Hello? And these companies, baby, they be riding dirty. They be riding all the time. They Russian roulette. They don't know if they're going to win, they're going to get a car. They just like this. They don't know. So the fact that she's in Missouri and they're in Chicago, and he like, can you come to Chicago? Guys, this happens all the time. One of my students just sent me a message the other day asking me, do I have people in Chicago? She may have an opportunity for people in Chicago. And I told her I have students that'll go to Chicago if the price is right, but if they going through a TPA, they're not gonna do it. You know, I'm just telling you, it's not gonna work because my students, they're not gonna do that. They're not, especially the ones that are working and seeing the type of currency that they're seeing. They're not gonna settle for less. It has to be worth their while. You see what I'm saying? It has to be worth their while. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the labs. Okay. So the lab, they're going to want their money. It depends on who you will. You may have a card on file with the lab. So when they do a screening for you, they'll take it off that way. My lab, whenever they do any type of screenings for me, they send me an invoice. I have to have that invoice paid off in 30 days because it's a net 30. Guys, please. Okay, yeah, well, send me a message. That means y'all been MIA. You've been MIA. Okay, so guys, please don't play with these people money. Don't burn your bridges out here, bro. If you know you're not good with money, pay those people their money up front. You're already getting paid up front from the employer. So there's no reason for you to hold on to that money. Let it go, right? Let it go. Because you may have, say if you have a busy month and you paying and you ain't putting that money up, okay? Let's say if you've been did 10 collections, 26 times 10. 26 times 10. That's $260. I don't know why that is like $260, right? You have a good money. You ain't good with your money. You're not a good steward over your money. And you spending your money, which a lot of people ain't a good steward over their money. You just, oh yeah, I've been working. I'm turned up. It's up and it's stuck. It's up and it's stuck out here. Yeah, I'm making money. I'm doing good. And you forget. Oh my gosh, I forgot I gotta pay the lab. Don't do that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Many people get their taxes because I used to listen. Long time ago back, I'm tax time. I've been to spend my money. I'm like, damn, I forgot I had to pay light bills. Oh shoot, I forgot to had to pay that bill. It happens. Don't let this be you. Please pay these people their money, man. I don't think you understand that this is something where you can put your whole family on. Hello. You can put your whole family on, man. You can build something here. You can build something for yourself and your family. But you gotta be willing to do it right. Show up for your job. Just like you show up for your job every day, Monday through Friday or Monday through whatever. Do it for yourself here. If you can do it for them, you can do it for you. Okay, guys. Marketing. Guys, free ways of marketing. Google My Business is free. Hey, Candy. Google My Business is free. A lot of my students, the only paid marketing that they're doing is like flyers and stuff like that. Flyers, they have magnets on their cards, business cards, pamphlets, things like that. But as for as digital, Google My Business is free. My student that was the first responder for the helicopter crash, Google My Business. Okay. Google My Business. They found her on Google. The first person that answered the phone wins. It ain't nobody answering the phone. If your phone ain't ringing, if you don't have your phone set up where it can ring at 2 a.m. in the morning, you're not trying to win in this space. Stay in the bed. Just stay there. Stay in the bed. Just stay. Y'all don't let y'all listen to it. Baby, because we don't play over here. Charges will be charged. Listen. Listen.
Okay, so when they call you, what did they say?
Thank you, yo, bitch.
Listen. I'm gonna send you a breakdown, but when you get there, you need to make because you hadn't even sent them the invoice for the first one. So when you get there, just make sure you get all your. You know invoice needed, but I send you this breakdown. Oh, you never know. I send you this breakdown, but you go ahead and get your money for the first one, $1,160. Period. And then you're doing one more. You gotta pay for your travel. So only thing we'll need to adjust is just for non-DOT. But this is a part of the pilot crash, right? Yes. Okay. Like we ain't no. Give them a little discount because you did the first one for them, but this one you give them a little slight discount. Now look, just look, they got business that we talk about, and they want the other two. They still waiting on the other people to come. Good job, Quincy, man. You had to make about 3 G's today. So 1,160 plus 250, $1,410. Period. That's it, Chrissy. You ran up a bag before 9 a.m., baby. I'm so proud of you, man.
I love this stuff, man. I love it. She ended up making over $1,800 that day. 18. Google My Business because she picked up the phone. People don't be picking up the phone because we don't have enough people out here doing it in this space, right? Some people have banker hours, right? Like I said, some people are relaxed and they chill and they only receive their work through a TPA. You see what I'm saying? That happens a lot in this industry, but I encourage you, I encourage you to promote your business. You didn't become a boss for somebody to put you back in an employee role, right? And that's what happens when you get put in an employee role. They pay you what they want to pay you. This is your business. You charge what you want to charge. And if you want to get out of the struggle, you're going to have to charge. You're going to have to charge and you're going to have to market your business, right? Every day. My girl, Yo Biz, she did 3 collections? Was it yesterday? Yesterday morning, she got called out to do 3 collections at 7 in the morning. You see what I'm saying? When Yo Biz took my course, she was marketing her business yesterday. How much you made yesterday morning, yo? I'm going to let y'all hear from her. How much you made in 30 minutes yesterday? Every day she's marketing her business. She was taking my course, working a job, and marketing her business before she got qualified. Hello, before she got qualified. Okay. 2 days after getting qualified, she was at a bus company doing collections. She made over $1,500 in 3 hours. 2 days after getting qualified, she went with another one of my ladies that was qualified already because she didn't even have her labs and stuff set up yet. So another one of my ladies that's in my community, one of my students and one of my instructors, she helped her. She made $255. How long it took you to do those tests? How long it took you? She been sowing seeds like a mug, guys. And I call her the cold calling queen, baby. She don't mind getting on that phone. She like to get on the phone and talk. She's working her business. I told her yesterday, you are 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Because she's put herself in position to do it. 30 minutes. You got to put yourself in position. I told her yesterday, you have created your own economy. You have to create your own economy. I create my own economy. Hello? I don't care what's going on out here. They ain't got nothing to do with me. God told me my gifts will make room for me, baby. God gave me the power to obtain wealth. I have dominion over my own life, circumstances, gifts, skills. Hello? I have dominion over that. I have a power in my tongue. There's nobody out here speaking negative. I talked to a lady yesterday. She's like, okay, Portia, I know. She was like, what if I don't pass the test? We're not going there. I'm not addressing any insecurities. You don't feed into those insecurities, into those negative thoughts. How come everybody always think about how they will fail? What happened if I fail? What happened if I don't make no money? What happened if I'm not successful? Why is not? What happened if I'm successful? What happened if I do pass? What happened if I go to open up 5 offices? What happens if I discover my purpose? What happens? What if? Why is always the bad? What you can't do and what you ain't gonna do. Every day you're cursing yourself by what you say out of your mouth. You have power in your tongue. God gave you that. That ain't nothing I made up. That's what God gave you. People say, watch your mouth. That's why. That is why. I'm protected. I'm health. I'm wealth. I'm abundance. I'm money. And I always make it. That's what's coming out of my mouth. What y'all doing with your mouth? The more I exist, the more money multiply. I wake up money. I go to sleep money. I do nothing money. I attract money intentionally and unintentionally all the time. A deposited amount of $30,000 just hit my account. Let me take it further. A deposited amount of $1,500,000,000 just hit my account. For the good of all and to the harm of none. A deposit in the amount of $1,500,000,000 just hit my account. Power in my tongue. Hello? What y'all doing with y'all throat chakra? I'm confused. There's trillionaires out here. There's trillionaires out here, guys. Trillionaires. Baby, they understand principle. I don't care. They understand principle. They understand principle. They're walking in principle. They understand universal law, God's law, period. I'm protected. I'm health. I'm wealth. I'm abundance. I'm money. And I always make it. I don't care what I see with my natural eye. I'm not fooled by that. I know if I'm sowing my seeds, I have to receive a predictive result. I will reap a harvest because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do according to the law. I always win. Come on, Yolanda. And everything attached to me wins. That's why everything that attached to me wins. Let me show y'all something. Can I play this on here? I don't even know if I can play this on here. It's in my testimonials. No matter what I do, no matter the opportunity that I'm in, because I've been in a lot, I've done a lot of things, baby. I've done a lot of. I'm actually shocked. I've been doing this almost 3 years. I'm shocked because listen, I've been doing everything. I'm shocked. I've been on this almost 3 years, baby. Look, it's untapped. I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet. Our brothers and sisters are struggling out here and don't even know that this opportunity exists. Our brothers and sisters work full-time jobs, sleeping in their car, sleeping in their storage unit. We need more people in this space. We need instructors. We need more people reaching back to pull other people with them. Your vibe, bring your tribe. Hello? Everybody a lot of people have seen me promote this opportunity. They may not be rocking with me though. They rocking with you. They waiting on you. I've planted the seed. Now they waiting on you to pop out. You got people out here waiting to give you money and you hiding. Hiding. I'm hiding. I'm hiding. Is it in here? It's windy. You heard that, didn't Claw? That's the wind, baby. It's the wind. It's the wind. Let me see. I got two of them. I don't see the other one. Which one is this one? No, that's the other one. Darn it. No matter what I do, everything attached to me wins.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, she gonna scream, so get ready. Y'all hear it? My hair, man. Oh, my battery died. Oh wow, let me put it on my let me do it on my laptop. Hold on, let me pull it up on my laptop. I knew I need to charge my phone up. Let me put it over here. No matter what I do, baby, I got something. Listen, it don't matter.
My girl looks damn.
Everything. It's impossible to be connected to me and not get a bag. For one thing, I don't put nothing. I don't bring opportunities to people if I know they can't do anything with it. If I feel they won't be successful. You see what I'm saying? It's just some things I want. It's just like when I started trucking, right? I know dispatching is, you can make good money with dispatching, but it takes a lot of work. You see what I'm saying? In my tribe, they beg me, Portia, put out dispatching for please, put out dispatching, please. And I put one out. But after that, I wouldn't teach another one. Cause I wouldn't teach another one, man. These people, you gotta have patience for dispatching. You're dealing with different personalities. And when I was, in trucking, it really just changed my guards are up. You know what I'm saying? In trucking, because you're dealing with brokers that are sharks. They trying to screw you over. They not forthcoming, and I'm very cutthroat in that. You know what I'm saying? And I miss being, me, but they just bring something else out of you, man. And it's just, it ain't fun. So I would just tell people, listen, I met another young lady when I was in trucking. I'm like, listen, because I learned a lot from her. I'm like, you need to put out a course. And I encouraged her to create a course, and she did. So now she offers a dispatching course. So I just send everybody to her. Because I'm like, I'm not passionate about that. And get on my nerve. And I don't want to affect anybody else from getting into it because how I feel about it. But trucking is just money for me. That's it. I'm not passionate about it. It's not a purpose. It's none of that. It's just strictly money. That's it. And there's no love there. None. Okay. My passion is helping people. I have to be helping people. Anyway, let me get to my profile. Let me see if I can get to my testimonials. Testimonials. Okay, what number was that? Y'all know I got a lot of testimonials on here. Go look at them. Go look and listen because there's a lot that you have to read too. There's written testimonials. Okay. I was trying to let y'all hear the other day. So hold on, here it is. I think both of my batteries are
appreciate it, girl, because last year was in a really bad place. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going on. So being able this opportunity to invest in myself and spend $50 to look at $50. Yes, didn't know if I had the money to spend it. Didn't know if I was gonna get any of it back. There's a lot of testimony of investing in yourself, not knowing where to get the money from, finding the money, and buying a house. From selling bags to oh my God, but I love it, and I appreciate you so much because without you, none of this would have been possible.
I almost made me cry. Anyway, I ain't new to this here. I'm true to this here, guys. I'm true to this here. And listen, whatever I teach, you're going to be having something to sell, for sale, of service, or something to offer to a business. It's simple economics, guys. The people at the top always have something to sell. They have a service to provide, right? When I left corporate America over 14 years ago, I started my business with a negative, my account was in the negative $249. $249. My account was, right? I made $2,000 my first day in business. $4,000 my first week in business, $8,000 my second week in business. Why? Because I had something to sell, for sale, of service, and something to offer to a business. Hello. That's how you get out of the struggle. Something I know now, I ain't know then, I'm money. When I show up, the money shows up. When you show up, the money shows up. But you got to show up. Anyway, let's talk about this right quick. Okay, guys, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Y'all understand what DOT, what non-DOT is, labs, how to set up, how you gonna pay them, how you gonna get paid. Come on now, come on now, come on now. It's acting up. What's wrong with it? 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 Come on now, come on now, come on now. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Come on now. Will it let me do? Oh no, not that one. It won't let me do it. Anyway, it's acting slow. But anyway, so training, guys. If you guys want to take my course, you can get qualified to do DOT and non-DOT. So once you're certified, the next step in my training, I have everything set up like step by step on what you need to do. Once you do that, you're going to go to an area that says what to do before you start calling your labs. I'll show you how to set your business up. Then you get set up with your labs, right? Once you get set up with your labs, then you start marketing your business. I missed most of what you have going on. I came in, okay, you came in late. Okay, so guys, you know you can go to the L tree in my bio and download my free guide on how to start a mobile testing business. That's a free guide, and you can, get a lot more there as well. But once you get set up your lab, guys, it's all about marketing. You have to market your business. You gotta market, please, please. Listen, guys, time waits for nobody. Time waits for no one. Time goes by super fast. You have people that make it happen. You have people that watch it happen. And then you have people that wonder what happened. Guys, I don't know how old you are. However, 55 is knocking at your door. You'll be 60 before you know it. I know you look 20. You feel 20. You can, if you go to the L tree in my bio, my phone number is there. Call me if you need someone to talk to now. Time go by fast. Guys, there are literally people. Do you want to live with your children? That's the question. Because people sit back. Do I know you don't need an LLC to start? Listen, there are so many people. So there's so many of you watching me right now. You ain't tapped in, but let's see what this say. This say over 1,200 people have viewed this screen, this live today. There are many of you right now watching that want to do something so bad, but you are trapped in your fear. You are allowing fear to paralyze you. Listen, you don't let these jobs beat you down until you can't move. You're tired and don't even feel like doing nothing now. While you have the youth, while you feel like it, while you have the energy, build something for yourself. You don't want to live with your children. They already got nasty attitudes now and they living with you and you taking care of them. Do you want the roles reversed and you got to live with them because you were scared? Because you were scared to fail? You was paralyzed by fear? You took all your youth and your energy and you built their dream? They got their children in private school. They got to trust. They got land. Their children live on the land. You cannot be old and broke. Listen to me. You do not want to be old and broke. 20 years ago, you could be old and broke, baby. 20 years. 30 years, we seen grandma and granddaddy old and broke. Some people have seen their mamas and daddies broke and old. Baby, you can't be old and broke now. They're trying to get rid of everything. It won't be no Social Security, SSI, government. It won't be any of that. Hello? So you partner with, in my training, I show you how to deal with a TPA. I don't encourage my students to deal with TPAs. But if you want to settle on a TPA, you can. That's in the training. Whole list of them if you want to. But if you want your money, you don't want to deal with a TPA. Okay? They're trying to get rid of everything. They want you on a farm. At 55, you should be doing what you want to do. This is why while you have the energy now, you do it now. You can't get caught off in your fear and what the mental warfare, you gonna fail. Ask yourself, are you winning now? Be honest with yourself. Am I winning now though? What could happen? Everybody go to the, what if I fail? What if nobody likes me? They're all gonna laugh at me. They're all gonna laugh at me. Carrie. But what happens if you become successful? What would have happened if I decided to stay where I was? Because you're not who you're going to be yet. I'm not who I'm going to be yet. And neither are you. Right? What would have happened if I would have stayed where I was? I wouldn't have been able to make it this far in life. I wouldn't have been able to help the amount of people that I have helped and that I will continue to help if I would have stayed where I was. How can I? You have to be willing to move to get you to your next level. I don't know what that is for you. I don't know what that looks like for you. But I know it's important for you to move because your purpose does not discover you, baby. You discover it by moving. I've had 70 jobs. 70. By moving. Okay, I want to do this. I'm going to do that. I ain't never cared about no job. Ever. That's why, baby, I get them and I leave. I get them and I leave. You still got breath in your body, so you are not who you're going to be yet. Guys, you can literally trip into wealth, but you got to move through knowledge and understanding. A man creates wealth. When I created my DNA curriculum, when I created my DNA curriculum, I had to do a lot of samples. I had to do a lot of stuff. Okay. Listen, this was not on my bingo cards to create no DNA curriculum. That wasn't on my bingo cards. Hello? That was not. But I purchased 3 DNA trainings because I'm like, okay, yeah, you can make a bag out here, right? I purchased 3 DNA trainings, trying to get understanding through knowledge and understanding. A man creates wealth. Yeah, okay, I seen the video where you said you made $600 in 30 minutes. Okay, how can I do that? How do I do that? Let me see how to do that. About one video. It was a 2-minute video. They showed 2 minutes. How to swap. How to do a CCF form. Okay, that ain't right. Let me go get another one. Let me go buy somebody else's training. The same thing. Mind you, I was trained to train others. I put out my DNA training, which that day I'm like, okay, I gotta add more to this because this ain't right. Something's missing. I put my DNA course out. It was only $150. I had 8 people to purchase my course that day. But I'm like, okay, something's not right and something is missing. I pulled it off. I pulled it down, baby. Take this off my website. Hell no. Take it off. I contacted the 8 people that purchased from me. I said, hey, we need a one-on-one. They contacted, I gave a link. They had to pay for it. It's free because I'm going to help you through this because that ain't gonna work. There's more. And I knew there was something missing, even though they didn't know that something was missing. I knew something was missing. The standard out here for DNA is a 2-minute video. There are people speaking out of their mouth. Ain't no training for DNA. You don't need training for DNA. That's a problem. This is people evidence that you're dealing with. This is DNA. Anyway, I took it off. I could have kept it up and made them little $150. Probably would have made about $30,000. Who knows, or more. But I don't move like that. Hello, my name to me is better than silver and gold. Hello. So I was standing on the law of proportional return, right? So because I took it off, look, God, I'm going somewhere here. God is good, man. I took it down because I have integrity. Period. I have integrity. With people looking or not, I have integrity. Took it down. This ain't gonna work. God gave me downloads, instructions to create a curriculum, right? The mental warfare that I received while creating my curriculum. Girl, you stupid. This is the thoughts. Girl, you dumb. You crazy. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. Who you think you are? Who gonna buy that from you, baby? I'm protected. I'm health. I'm wealth. I'm abundance. I'm money. And I always make it. This ain't about me. This is about other people. It's bigger than me. I kept going. I didn't understand. Listen, I'm working and creating this stuff, and I didn't even understand a lot of stuff. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? Baby, I had to get a trademark. I'm like, trademark? Why am I trademark? Yes, IP. It's trademarked. I had to get 3 trademarks. Right? I had to get it copywritten, which I already had it copywritten because I always copyright my stuff. But the trademark was a little different. I'm like, why am I trademarking it? The mental warfare that I went through creating this. No, you don't need an LLC. And I invested my own money. I invested over $7,000 on this project to get this done. And I say, oh, what if I don't make no money? What if don't nobody buy it? What if I fail? What if I entertain the thoughts that came to my mind? What if I chickened out? I ain't gonna do no scared. Because there's people online saying that ain't no need no training for DNA. I'll be stupid. I'll be stupid to do that because what other people saying, God gave me the download. You have gifts that you are only uniquely qualified to share with the world, and you're hiding. I ordered 500 units. I have 500 units. 100 is gone. Before I even put it out, 100 is gone. I didn't know. Hello? I didn't know. No, it's not hard for the mock. The mocks are so easy to pass. If you study, you're going to pass. Plus, I do mock prep, so you'll be just fine. Right? You can literally trip into wealth. DNA has been around for 45 years. And I'm the first person to create a full DNA curriculum for DNA collectors. Why? Because I said, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it scared. I'll do it unsure. Baby, I've done it scared. I've done it unsure, and I've done it broke. I did this project unsure and scared. But baby, I stand on principles. I know that I control whatever with the power of my tongue and what I speak out of my mouth. You don't have to entertain what comes to your mind. Baby, I was standing on law of faith, law of obedience. Baby, let's look at the laws. Y'all don't have the laws? Go to the link in my bio and get the kingdom laws with Coach Push. Get the kingdom laws. There's 30 laws in here. Okay, let's go over the laws that I'm standing on. Okay, let's see. Law of seed and harvest, law of dominion, law of obedience. Let's go to law of obedience, which is law 4 in the laws. Go to get the laws, baby. Baby, you got to stand on laws. Law of obedience. Y'all ready? Law of obedience. What it means. The law of obedience is about moving when God tells you to move, even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it looks smaller than what you expected, obedience unlocks doors that your own plans can't open. Can't open. No, that's if you're going through DNA and you're going through a lab. This is DOT. So it's 49 CFR Part 40, love. So everything that you do is going to go under 49 CFR Part 40. And I teach 49 CFR Part 40. How it works. Sometimes what God tells you to do feels backwards. You might want to go left, but he says, go right. If you listen, there's always a blessing on the other side, even if it doesn't look like it at first. How to use it. In business, don't ignore small opportunities. Sometimes the little doors carries the biggest blessings. In finances, if you feel led to save, invest, or pivot, don't argue, move. In life, follow the nudge. Obedience creates shortcuts that hustle can't. Here's my own personal example. There was a time I was chasing $15,000 a week at MCA. I told the story before. It's crazy. It's funny. I worked hard, but the most I ever made was $5,000 in a week. Then another opportunity popped up, Dosh. It paid $15 per referral. My ego told me, girl, that's too small. What you doing? I make $90 per referral. Like, that was my attitude. I make $90. I'm going to do that little $15. So I brushed it off. 2 weeks later, one of my friends, Andrew, who made $1 million online too, shared it with me. I finally moved, and in just 2 weeks, I made $19,000. That was God showing me, I know what you're chasing, but if you just obey, I already have more than what you asked for. Same thing happened when I fought the idea to travel to China. My mind said no, but obedience said yes. And because I went, another door opened that was tied to my assignment. Your blessings might not come wrapped in the package you expected. Obedience is the key that unlocks doors hustle can't. Go left, go right. That's dumb. That's stupid. Don't do that. You wasted money. You finna spend all that money doing that? Girl, what is it? The law of obedience. Okay, what else? Let's see. Let's see what other law I'm standing on, and some laws y'all need to stand on. Let's look up law of faith. Law 28, because baby, I had to have some faith. Do you hear me? Every day is a faith walk. Law of faith, what it means. The law of faith says you don't move by what you see. Hello. You move by what you believe. Faith is acting like it's already done, even when the evidence isn't there yet. How it works. Faith is like a seed planted in invisible soil. You don't see it growing at first, but you trust that something is happening underground. Faith is what bridges the gap between your vision and your reality. It's not just believing, it's moving as if it's already true. How to use it. In business, don't wait until the money or the client show up. Start moving in faith like they've already coming. Yolanda. She took the course before she was qualified, before she had a business, before her phone rang, before anybody asked her about anything. She was marketing her business. In fact, she wasn't even qualified yet. She was marketing. Hello, how to use it. Okay, women. In relationships, believe for restoration or growth, even when it looks impossible. In finances, don't let your bank account dictate your beliefs. Faith speaks abundance before the numbers add up. Hello. In life, take steps towards your visions, even when you can't see the full staircase. Example. When I left my 9 to 5 to start my first business, my bank account was negative $249. That was all faith. But because I moved on faith, I made $2,000 my first day, $4,000 my first week, and $8,000 my second week. That wasn't luck, that was law. Everything I've done since then has been a faith walk. I've been out of corporate America for over 13 plus years, and my gifts keep making room for me. Hello. Hello. The world tells me I'm not qualified because I don't have a degree, but faith tells me I already have the power to obtain wealth, dominion over my lane, and the authority to speak blessings with my tongue. Hello, Coach Portia takeaway. Faith moves before the evidence shows up. Walk in it, and the proof will follow. Some of y'all need to be standing on the law of faith. Hello. What other law? Let me see what I missed. What other law? What other law was I standing on? Law of multiplication, law of dominion. Let's look at law of dominion. Let me see what else. In the law of proportional return. Law of Dominion. Y'all get this book. Get the laws. Law of Dominion, baby. Y'all need to know who y'all are. Know how powerful you are. What it means. Dominion is the authority to take charge over your circumstances instead of letting them take charge over you. It's about recognizing that God gave you the right to rule in your lane, not just survive, but to govern, to manage, to decide. How it works. Think of it like being the driver of a car. If you don't grab the wheel, the car will drift whenever the road pulls it. Dominion says you don't have the keys. The dominion says you have the keys. Take control. You have dominion over your life. I'm waiting on the sign. You know how many people are sitting around waiting on the sign for 40, 30 years and struggling? God gave you dominion over your own life, baby. Stop playing. You waiting on a genie to pop out. You waiting on God to give you a sign. How do you use it? That just keeps so many people too comfortable in lack. You think God gonna sit on your... Now, it depends. When God got purpose for your life, God have a way of moving you. Don't lose everything. You ain't got to look around and lose everything before you look up and listen. Because when God tell me to move, I move. Baby, I done been there. I tell you that story. I think it's in here. I can give y'all a lot of personal stuff in this book, okay? Anyway, how to use it. In business, don't let doubt or competition run your mind. Decide your standards and stick to it. In finances, take charge of your money instead of letting bills and debt boss you around. In life, speak to situations instead of folding under them. Dominion means you set the tone. Here's another example. When I first received the download to create my DNA curriculum, the mental warfare was loud. The voice in my head was saying, who do you think you are? Nobody's going to buy this. Why would anyone listen to you? But I knew the law of dominion meant I didn't have to bow down to those thoughts. You have dominion. You don't have to bow down to you ain't worth it. You ain't worth it. Ain't nobody gonna fool with you. You ain't gonna make no money. You ain't nothing. You only good to work for other people. You supposed to struggle and then get up out of here. You ain't gotta listen to that. Okay. I activated it by speaking over myself. If God gave me this vision, then I have the authority to create it. I wasn't sure how it would all come together, but I invested over $7,000 of my own money, step by faith. And every time fear tried to rise up, I stood on this law. Because if I took one step, I knew God would take 2,000. Hello, Coach Portia takeaway. Don't expect apples if you never planted apple seeds. Your harvest always matches your seed. Stop playing. Get the book, y'all. You need this. You need it in your life. I'm gonna go to the end right quick and let y'all know. What kingdom laws? There's 30 laws in here, guys. 30 laws in here. Your blessing is in the law. People be waiting on the blessing. Your blessing is in the law. Universal law. Universal law. Your blessing is in the law. Okay. So kingdom laws is not emotional. Okay. It doesn't bend for feelings, opinions, or moods. It only responds to principle. You don't have to be perfect to activate it. You don't have to let the world condemn you, criticize you, or tell you you're not enough. God put these laws here for all of us to use. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you think you lack, or how you feel about yourself. Perfection is not the requirement. Obedience to principle is. Ooh! Let me say that again, baby. Perfection is not a requirement, baby. Obedience to the principle is. Because principle don't respond to nothing but principle, baby. Get out your feelings and your emotions and plant some seeds. Hey, show up. Show up. Okay. As long as you follow the laws, you will participate in the promise. As long as you align with the principles, you will step into the abundance God already designed for you. So stand on these laws, let them guide you, let them carry you, let them elevate your life, your business, your relationships, and your finances, because that's why God put them here. So you could live life more abundantly. Get the laws, y'all. It's 30 laws in here. 30 laws in here. 30 laws. 30 laws. We got law of vibration, law of seed and harvest, dominion, obedience, purpose, honor, multiplication, environment, power of tongue, gratitude, attraction, sacrifice, process, discipline, consistency. That's a law. That's why I'm always consistent. Yeah. Consistent. Alignment, energy, frequency, attraction, stewardship, order, rhythm, expectation. And there's more. There's 30 laws in there, guys. Stand on some principles. Stand on some principle. Listen, there's people watching me right now that they experiencing pains, they body ache, they hurting, and guess what? Can't go to the doctor because they got to go to work. You got to go to work. You're going to let these people beat you down. You scared to move. God don't play by me, but scared to move. You got to stop hollering these things if you don't really mean it, if you ain't activating in it. God don't play about you. Make a move. I don't care what you do, baby. Just do something. Because 55 is knocking at your door. 60 is, do you want to work until you just work until you check up out of here? Is that the plan? Is that the plan? So I know darn well that you can document some paperwork. I know you can document some paperwork. I know you can come in here, get qualified, and do this within 2 weeks. I've had people to do it in 7 days. I know that you can sow some seeds into your business and show up and follow the laws and be consistent. Even when motivation runs out, just be consistent. Even when you feel like you're not worthy, which that's just a thought, be consistent. Even if you don't feel so pretty today, be consistent. So what if you feel fat or look fat? Who gives a damn? Be consistent. Be consistent. That's all you got to be. Watch your mouth. What comes out of your mouth? You're very powerful. Watch what comes out of your mouth. It's like a GPS, baby. If you don't want to go there, your words are GPS to your future. If you don't want to go there, don't say it. It's simple. Because once you're done crying and complaining, principle don't unlock nothing but principle. Only thing principle responds to is principle. It don't care about you praying, crying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, amen. Principle don't care nothing about that. It's not emotional. It's incorruptible. It's not based off emotions. Ain't that amazing? I'm glad it's not off of emotions. Hello, listen. I ain't got the money I ain't got the money to pay my car note, but I prayed about it. I prayed about it, and God told me that y'all ain't gonna take my car. Listen, I done heard some stuff. The people, man, we coming to get your car. If you don't pay us, we coming to get your car. They come out there to get your car. Please, don't take my car. Please, I need my car. Please, put my car down right now in Jesus' name. I rebuke you right now. Hey. Why you think that ain't work? Because it's about principles. Their principle is the law is, ma'am, if you don't pay us this $1,200, we're not going to put your car down. So we don't care who you pray to, who you summons, you rebuking us, or whatever you try to do, you got to pay us our money. That's what it responds to. So the sooner you understand how principles work, how kingdom law work, the better you will live your life. Like, I feel like that's a superpower for me. That is a superpower for me. I'm unmovable and I'm unshakable. It's just a knowing. You see what I'm saying? It's just a knowing. When I say 1,500,000,000 will hit my account, I believe that. It's a knowing. But through knowledge and understanding, a man creates. That's why I'm always creating. I know that. I know I will see $1 million in my account by July. I know that. I know that. Not just on paper. I've seen it on paper. but I will see it. Like I see it, I can see it, I can hold it. I know that. It's a no, I know that. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people scared. Oh no, wait a minute. I tell people in my life, say I am money. They won't even say it. Comment I am money. Come on, your words are powerful. Comment I am money. They won't even say it. I'm telling y'all, comment I am money right now. I am money. They don't listen. My manifestation work for me, whether I believe it or not. Whether you believe it or not, you can still say I am money, whether you believe it or not. So you believe that you nothing, you believe that you broke, you're tired, you're disgusted. Like, what are you? Because these are the things. I talked to one girl, she kept saying how she was broke. I said, listen, please, come on in. Ma'am, you have said this about 5 times. You can't say that with me on the phone. I can't. You can't talk like that. Like you're literally cursing yourself. You can't be like that with me. You can't talk like that with me. I don't play them type of games about you or myself. How could you be so hard on yourself? How could you use your power to curse yourself? Thank you, Synergy Lab Solutions at I Am Money, period, over here on YT. You're scared to speak life? But want to start a business. Oh, Lord. If you're going to have to speak some life. You got to speak some life. You got to start speaking some life now. Right now. Because what else you going to do? Like, what do you have? Like, it's at the point where, okay, if you feel like you now already hit rock bottom, what's wrong with pouring into yourself? What's wrong with following law? What's wrong with being positive? Even if you don't know all the laws, which you should, you go to the link tree in my bio, you can get the laws. You can still speak positivity over your life. I am protected. I am health. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am money. And I always make it. Can you say that? Even if you don't believe it. My manifestations work for me, whether I believe them or not. Because I know you ain't trying to leave here prematurely. You ain't trying to be out here broke, busted, disgusted, sick, can't walk. Is that what you want for your life? Because ain't nobody out here saying, oh, their legs broke. Ain't nobody out here talking like that. Just talking out of the side of their neck. Nobody controls your, only person that controls your outcome is you. You are the only one. And if you want to see some harvest, you got to plant some seeds. It's the law. Your blessing is in the law. God has no respect to person. God don't bless him and not bless you. Well, I'm just waiting on my turn. I'm waiting on God to bless me. The blessing is in the law. It's in the law. It's baked into the laws. Here they are. But I'm a good person. I don't curse. I'm just a good Christian. I pray. But you ain't following laws. You're not in alignment with the principles. So that's why you're struggling. You got plenty of saved people that are struggling. Plenty of good people that are struggling. But you got to follow some principles. Right? Ain't never been no problem for me to get no money. I've always made a money. I always made a bag. Listen, I don't even want to talk about it. Because I wasn't following law, being a good steward over my money grew wings and flew away. Because I wasn't a good steward. But now that I'm a good steward over my money, I see my money. Faithful over a little, you be ruler over much. Can you manage what you have? Not just money, relationships. Can you manage an opportunity? Can you manage your business? Can you manage your one client? People that want to be content creators, they complain all day long about being in 200 view jail and ain't nobody watching they live and only one person is here. I'm finna hang up. That's one person. Thank you. Baby, I turn on this live, 0 viewers. I'm still going to talk because I'm sowing a seed. I'm managing what I have well. I'm stewarding what I have well. My one client, and my demeanor is not going to change. Me and this one person, we're going to talk. I'm talking like 1 million people on here, baby. My demeanor ain't going to change. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm very intentional when it comes to these lives. Because I'm expecting, because by law, you got to give me a predictive result. By law, you got to run me my harvest. Hello? By law, you got to give me my harvest. On Friday, you expecting your check from your job, right? Once a week, every 2 weeks, once a month, however you get paid. You're expecting your check, correct? Because you what? You did the work. So you're confident. Confident, shoot. Baby, I go to work, I work Monday through Friday, baby, that check gonna hit. You confident. And if something happens and that check don't hit, you gonna have a fit. You going up there, baby, beating on your chest. Run, what my money? Oh, we're so sorry. There was a mistake. we're gonna pay you next week. No, the hell you're not. You're gonna pay me now. What you mean? They gonna turn my lights off if y'all don't pay me my money. Y'all gotta pay me my money now. Okay, y'all better reach out into the register. Y'all better put the wallets on the table, figure it out. But y'all need to pay me right now. You ain't going in there begging. You finna beg? Oh, ma'am, sir, could you please, pay me so I can keep a roof over my head? I work for it. No, your head ain't finna be down. You finna be beating on your chest. You finna be calling your people. Listen, y'all finna have to come get me out of jail, bro, because I'm finna act a fool up here because these people don't pay me my money. Because by law, you're required to pay me for the work that I have done. The same thing with God's law. By law, by law, I am required. By law, the system has to pay me for what I have done. I have to get paid for the work that I'm doing. So I'm not worried. I ain't worried and wondering and what, God, do you see me? God, do you see what I'm doing? Do you see me working? Are you going? No, I'm not worried. I am money. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do according to the law. I show up every day. I'm planting seeds every day. I'm creating every day. I'm standing on principles every day. I'm watching my vibration every day. I'm walking in faith every day. I'm sacrificing every day. And by law, I get a harvest. You can't say that you believe in God but deny the system. You can't say that you believe in God but deny God's power and the power that God has put into you. How that makes sense? Do you really? I can't answer that question for you. Only you can answer that question. But there's too many people out here hollering, my God don't play about me and moving scared. Because, listen, my children ain't finna put that off on me. I done gave you everything you to be successful in life. You the one that went to side off and go left when I told you to go right. Now they see, that's your mama, them your parents, they're very successful. What you doing? No, don't blame it on me. Because I gave you everything you need to be successful. You're not using it. Don't blame God. Be like, why y'all put that in it? God is good. Struggling, living in your car. God said, wait a minute. No. Why you gonna put that on me like that? That's why a lot of people be mad at God. If God was real, I wouldn't be going through this. You're not doing the work. You're not activating what God has put into you. You're not claiming your dominion. You're not walking in dominion. You're not walking in power. You're being passive. God gave you dominion and you walking around here passive. Scared to move, scared of anything, scared to be liked, scared to be courageous, scared to be bold. Because you thinking what somebody else thinking about you, because you worried about something else ain't nobody even thinking about. Ain't nobody thinking about you like that. Boy, ain't nobody thinking about you like that. Don't nobody care about how you look, how your hair look, what size you are, how you talk, how you speak, whatever you think. You have your own gifts uniquely created to share with the world. People need your wit. People need your light. People need you to pop out and step out because they don't know how to be light. Everybody don't know how to be courageous, baby. Everybody know I don't want to do that because what if I decide not to play full out? I don't even want nobody looking at me like that because I may quit tomorrow. I don't want to be light. Light is light. Light is light. Ain't nothing heavy about it. It's just light. It is what it is. Be light. The great thing about being on this earth realm, guys, the great thing about being a spiritual being, having a human experience, you get to grow. You get to grow. You don't have to stay in that box, in that mindset of lack and scarcity and poverty. You get to grow. Hello? You get to go off and do some amazing things, create some amazing things. You get to grow. And you powerful on top of that. Let's go back over this again. God gave you dominion. God gave you the power to obtain wealth. God gave you the power in your tongue. God gives grace. Now, God gives grace, favor, and mercy. You ain't got to work for that. It's given. And then God give you the universal laws, kingdom principles. Baby, you are a force to be reckoned with out here. Why are you playing so small? Why are you comfortable in struggle, in lack? Oh, because they say rich people evil. Didn't the Bible say that it's hard for a rich man to get into heaven? Y'all stop playing. With that, it is the desire of God that you should get rich. God wants you to get rich because he can express himself better through you if you have plenty of things to use in giving him expression. He can live more in you if you have unlimited command of the means of life. What my other one at? I got stuff wrote on my desk. What my other? Stop blessing yourself with your own hands, which is limited, exhausting, and temporary. Start shaping your world by thoughts. Hello, by thoughts, words, and alignment. You got people here that don't even think to be successful. They don't even think to have more. They don't even challenge themselves. They won't even speak it out of their mouth. Everything that you see has come from a thought. It was a thought, and then it took form. This device that I'm on, somebody thought about it first. Then it took form, it made form, but you have to think about it first. People ain't thinking about being successful first. They think about failure first. It comes a thought first. Your kids have imagination. You get them Play-Doh, you get them Legos, you give them blocks. They go and make something because they thinking of something in their head first, and then they make form. You make a thought. Unprotected, health, wealth, abundance, money. And I always make it. Abundance, and I always make it. This became a thought first. And then it took form. That car you drive, somebody thought about it first. Then it was formed. Y'all gotta stop. Dominion. You don't have to entertain. Don't stop. I'm gonna get off of here, YouTube. Okay, that's what you ain't gotta entertain that. You gotta stop, man.